Welcome to the Scarab. Engine ignition successful. Assisted takeoff is recommended, but not available.
Hello, travelers, and welcome back to the Jester's Space Court. I am your GM or Galaxy Master today, Jonas Tintenseher, and we are playing Scum and Villainy. Scum and Villainy is a forged-in-the-dark RPG about a crew of daring scoundrels trying to make ends meet in a dangerous sector of space. It lives at a crossroads between properties like Star Wars, Cowboy Bebop, Firefly, Guardians of the Galaxy, Mass Effect, and a whole ton of other of your favorite sci-fi shows all thrown into a pot and mixed together. We are playing in a homebrew setting, although if you are familiar with the game's Procyon sector, you may still recognize some elements and locations that I have kept mostly intact. The gameplay loop here relies on having a lot of moving parts and set pieces to frame the fiction, so I've borrowed some things that I like and changed the rest. The bulk of the system's mechanics are much easier to explain in context, so without further ado, please welcome Sky Swanson.
I'm sorry, I'm still reeling over the fact that I missed all of that. You said your full name, and I'm just still reeling over that right there. I mean, Casey now knows it forever. Anywho.
Well, they weren't going to.
It was a point of discussion before we started, actually.
It was.
I was away for that. Anywho, hi, I'm Sky Swanson.
We'll censor that.
Rachel Kordell is muted.
Damn, I'm sorry. I was eating chicken nuggies. Hi, it's Rachel Kordell.
And you're washing the chicken nuggies with bubble mixture? What is that?
It's a snake.
For our viewers, for our listeners at home, Rachel's currently drinking out of a snaky purple plastic bottle.
It looks like bubble wand mix.
It does look like bubble wand stuff.
It's snake juice from Parks and Rec.
Oh my god, it does look like the snake juice from Parks and Rec.
Please welcome.
It's just because my character's a badass. Anyway, come on.
Please welcome Casey Reardon. Seth Coveyou.
And I play Droopy McCool, the greatest jizz player in all of the galaxy.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Glad to start with that.
Thank God we have a jizz technician in this
what a beautiful, beautiful start to this new show.
And Andrew Frost.
How you doing, gang?
There we go. We got
Long
there.
time no here.
We made it.
All right.
That was fun.
Beyond the horizon, there shines a spire that dares to reach for the sun. But far above, somewhere else, or maybe close to home, in another time, or maybe just before tomorrow, is a galaxy full of wonder, horror, mystery, and stars. The Compass Alliance has unified untold star systems with promises of open trade, safe travel, and cultural freedom. And while it's hard to say if the galaxy would be better off without them, some have seen the Compass's darker side, and they want no part of it. Welcome to the Ceta Sector. Until recently, this was one of many independent star clusters, rife with ancient Azo technology and mystical energies, mainly populated by outcasts and space whales. But the Compass has clamped down on the galactic rim, and Ceta was placed under the care of one Governor Valeria Catavan. The Ceta Sector is just beginning to bend to the pressures of commerce and colonization, but its 4 star systems are still largely influenced by the dozens of criminal and occult factions that call it home. And somewhere in the middle of it all, caught in a web they can't even see, are 5 daring scoundrels who are about to stumble into a cosmic whirlwind of trouble. Casey, would you please introduce your character?
Of course I will. I am playing a elderly gentleman. He is a little bit portly and around 60 years old, standing at 5'7". He is balding, his white hair slowly fading away, and he kind of has a widow's peak. But one part of his hair that is not going away is his very bushy eyebrows.
Nice.
He's always sporting his denim overalls and won't be seen without a bit of space wheat in his mouth. And he has a golden left incisor. He kind of just stands there looking over the ship a little bit, and his name is technically Horace Floid, but everybody knows him as Pappy.
Pappy.
Yeah, I am playing a pilot. The pilot tagline is a ship-handling wizard and danger addict. Which I think I look more like a wizard than a danger addict, but
I don't know. That
took like some kind of
gold tooth.
This might be a 1-in-1 right there, a wizard and a danger addict.
So as Pappy is at the helm of the Scarab, an old clunky freighter that has been recently repainted with a fresh coat of hot rod flames and a pinup squid on the nose.
I forgot about the pinup squid.
Tasteful. Might I
Oh,
add.
it's so tasteful.
Very tasteful.
Pappy, as you are here at the helm, waiting in line to go through the jump gate to the Mara system, I want you to tell me what's traffic like here. Who do we see lining up before the giant metallic ring? What's the compass presence here like? Or is it a slow day and we're just kind of on our way to do smuggler's business?
I'd say it's relatively busy. Traffic has been taking a little while. Pappy's feet are up on the dash. He's just kind of lounging, waiting to move forward slowly. All of the other ships are mostly freighters and other cargo ships looking to move, transport all of the normal day-to-day shipping stuff, which is kind of what we're disguising ourselves in this mix here. But it's pretty busy, I'd say.
All right, as we have this space traffic jam almost of people waiting, the jump gate is powering on and warping ships through every couple of minutes, and this huge cluster of spacecraft to shuffle forward, but there are always more arriving with their sub-light speed engines. Couple of ships nearby are space honking at you to move forward.
No one can hear it, which is
no one can hear it. No, it actually
See the lights go on.
It transmits to your dash for your ship to play the honking noise for you. And you just mute it. Yeah, absolutely.
Or imagine that it's just they call you and tell you to move. It's just really direct.
We are heading out of the Reiko sector, where you have just completed a job. You are in possession of a strange diamond necklace that your fixer said was the key to something big. Ooh. And as you guys hit the jump gate, the gate powers on and the Scarab is warped through on the warp lane to the Mara system. Seth, would you describe your character, please?
I am playing a man that is made out of red quartz because they are from the Cortex race on the planet Kraith. And they've got 2 silver bandoliers that crisscross their chest. They are a hulking mass of muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Think like old strongman type. Yeah. I don't know how tall they are. They're probably like 9 feet tall.
Probably pretty big.
Whoa.
Yeah. Rock on.
Yeah, I'm playing the muscle, and the tagline here is that they're a badass with any weapon, but you can call me a mineral badass.
Oh, I like that.
So, Chaag, the red quartz muscle, you are in the ship's galley, currently holding in one of your big red hands this diamond necklace that is supposedly the key to something big. What do you notice about the necklace with your rock-like nature?
Should we play Nick Cave in the Bad Seed right here? Red right hand. Well, what's the question? said red-handed, I immediately went to that.
You've got this diamond necklace key of some kind. What do you notice about it?
Oh God, that was classic you right there.
Look, it doesn't look like a key to like a locker or anything. This is a very ornate looking. It must open like a huge chest or a very large door.
Mm-hmm. So it is a big, gaudy, huge diamonds on this necklace. Is it a chain or a cord?
They spent all the money on the key, so it's a cord.
All right. The ship sails out of its warp lane into the Mara system. Now, the Mara system is technically the furthest system from the galactic core of all those in the Ceta Sector, but at this range, those kind of distances just don't really matter. It's populated, but people don't really try to come here. It's sort of one of those... it's like the equivalent of a gas station on a long highway. Like, there might be a small town there, but people generally say that they only pass through. They don't really stay. Mara is also unique in being rife with energies from the Eye, the mystical force, you might say, that pervades the entire galaxy.
Those lawyers are going to be coming for you any moment now.
Rachel, could you describe your character?
Surely. So...
Their name is Shirley?
No.
Add little crackers in my soup.
No, her name is Taloo Devuna. She is a blue, mid-20s looking, just humanoid female. She's got some black hair that goes into a pretty little purple ends, I guess, balayage, whatever you want to call it. She's decked out in pretty much, the most, she tries to look off-putting. She's got one of those like leather jackets and a, side shave on her head and stuff like that. And is this also in the galley, by the way?
You tell me where you are.
Yeah, I guess she'd either be in the galley or she'd probably be in her room, actually.
Mm-hmm.
In her bunk, laying in her bed, lightly hovering some nuts or bolts or whatever she could find over her head. But as she kind of senses us peering in on her, she drops them and looks around as if someone might be looking in on her.
Oh, you cannot believe how much I love that. That's so cool. She can detect the fourth wall.
It's almost as if she's a mystic, and the tagline is a galactic wanderer in touch with the eyes.
And audience, you should feel like creeps because you didn't knock or say anything.
Speaking of...
Audience, why did you set up all those cameras in there? You freaks?
Speaking of Taloo the Mystic... as we enter the Mara system, this system full of strange eye energy and weird creatures morphed by the eye over time, what does Taloo sense? What vibe sort of rumbles through her bones as you come out of the jump gate into this part of space?
Well, it's probably a little overwhelming. It's probably a different kind of pressure that she hasn't experienced before.
Mm-hmm.
She comes from one of the more poorer areas of space, not necessarily the sector, but to be a mystic is rare and exciting for the people around her, and that's kind of altered her opinion on people who are in tune with the eye. So being in this area that has this history with the eye is suddenly overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So there is this kind of brief have to steady yourself, pull yourself together a little bit as the energies of Mara wash over you. As Pappy takes the ship, flips on the sublight engines, and starts heading across the system, which could take a couple days, depending on the orbit of the planets. Although luckily, your destination is currently right near the jump gate. We go back to the rear of the ship in the engines as they kind of thrum to life, and we see. Andrew, please introduce your character.
Standing in the back by the engines, just taking a general inventory and glance at how things are organized and set up, is a very cleanly designed robot. Think kind of like white vacuum formed panels, kind of like Aperture Science-y or Apple-y, but very sleek, very, very aerodynamic, for lack of a better term. And there stands Melvin, the once a medical emergency liaison for. I think Mel was made by the Core Foundries.
The Core Foundries
would be one of the more powerful organizations in this world.
Yes, the Core Foundries are, you might even say, the most powerful organization in the galaxy, even in some cases even more so than the Alliance leadership. They make all the technology that is used on a daily basis in the galaxy, and they have made our medical droid here, so we'll see what tricks he has up his little metallic sleeve.
Melvin is a Stitch, which does not have nearly as fun of a tagline as the other ones, for I am a spacefaring healer or scientist.
Yeah, that's what? Come on, really?
Yeah.
It's pretty
They are
boring.
what they are.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we found the saltine cracker of the group.
He is.
I'm more of a club cracker man myself.
All right, club cracker. A little bit more buttery.
And what I want to know, Melvin, is what problem in the engines do you foresee cropping up before this job is over?
Melvin's basically back there to make sure everything's properly calibrated into accepting the new pressures and such of the solar system.
Might be some unusual radiation floating around.
Yeah, extra gravity fields, magnetism.
Yep.
There's a lot of working parts in space for a whole
Flux.
void of nothing, but
Yeah,
You
something
can get it
void
done.
flux. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
rogue
Words.
asteroid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys pull into Godsbeen, one of the larger planets in the Mara sector, it is this old, ruined world, mostly desert after some kind of planet-wide apocalypse. It is scarred by these constant tectonic shifts, constantly cropping up new volcanoes, pulling open chasms in the earth. This just insane level of tectonic activity that is completely unheard of elsewhere. The planet Godsbeen has 5 moons. They are change, creation, magic, preservation, and ruin.
Ooh.
Yes!
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait, what do you guys? I don't understand.
Yeah,
Is that-
thanks, Seth.
my nose bleeding? That's weird.
And there is also an unusual satellite, an ancient Azo satellite orbiting the planet as well, that people just call the Eye Beacon. That it is a signal beacon of some kind that bears symbols referring to the mystical eye that holds the universe together. Sky, why don't you introduce your character?
All right, my character's name is Jane Dexheart, the sort of pseudo captain of the ship. That we all have our say. I am playing a character called a speaker, a respectable person on the take. Jane is not that respectable, but her alias is Silver Tongue Jane, because of how good she is at talking her way out of situations, which, with this crew, she gets into a lot of. Jane is about 5'10". She goes by she, her. She has long, like bright red hair that ends in these sort of golden tips. She has a classic wide brim cowboy hat, a duster, and then underneath the duster though is a like a pink Hawaiian shirt with like the classic flowers on it and a couple flamingos. And she always has probably some form of alcoholic drink. And to help me get into the character, I will also be drinking while
there
playing.
you go.
Oh, method acting. Love it.
Cracking
Love
open
to
in a
see it.
cold one.
I'm just going to be getting blackout drunk every session. That's for you, Jonas. I'm joking.
Guess what's in my tea that's almost empty?
Water.
Honey. And also,
Turn that into
Just leave that sitting in a jar for a
Guess
while and
what's in
eventually we'll
my
get there.
snake?
Water?
Green tea.
there's some tea in my snake.
Jane, why don't you tell me which of your old friends lives on Godsbeen, and do they actually live on the desert planet, or are they on one of the moons or in the Eye Beacon?
I have an ability called Old Friends, which is whenever you land in a new location, write down a friend you know there. So basically, everywhere I go, Jane knows somebody.
Someone knows you. Yeah, I really love that ability.
It's very funny, and it's it says old friends, but they might not be the friendliest people. I have a friend on the desert planet named Mackie Wells, who is, I'm thinking they run a dock at Godsbeen.
Okay.
And there have been times where I've done favors for them, but then there's also been an equal number of times where I have skipped out on paying for my docking fee. So we have a sort of mixed relationship. We're generally very positive towards each other, but it definitely a little bit rocky. So I imagine Jane is on like the comms with them right now and sitting at a desk in her room that she might share with other people, might be bunk beds. But there's like a little hollow of this fish-looking person. They have like this water tank that goes around their neck that allows them to breathe, sort of like Abe from Hellboy, but a little bit more fish-like a reverse mermaid with arms. Yeah,
got it. So big eyes on the side.
Yes, and for some reason they live on a desert planet.
Yeah, I love it. So Pappy starts pulling into Godsbeen's orbit, making for the planet's surface, as Mackie is on the comms with Jane, arranging a dock for you. Let's see if I can do this voice. Hello, Jane!
Hey, it's the goober. That's the fish voice that I usually do. So I'm very.
What do you want today?
Oh God, it's so awful being on the other end of that voice. Now I see why whenever I do it, you guys kind of cringe a little bit. Jane's like, look, we need to dock for a little bit, and now Mackie, before you get all flustered. No, we don't have the money for it right now. But we are about to tie up a lucrative job here, and we will soon have the money for you.
That sounds like we might need to jump into our first roll of the game.
Yeah.
So this system, the way it works for you listeners at home, this is a D6 dice pool system. So each of our wonderful scoundrels here has an action rating for a number of actions, such as helm, scrap, attune, and various other things you might want to do in space. And they have an action rating of 1 to 3, and those are the number of dice that they will roll when they want to do that action. They're looking for the highest number on that dice pool. So even if you roll two ones and a 6, doesn't matter. That's a 6. That's a full success, baby. And another thing about the system is that I, the GM, the Galaxy Master, I don't call for specific rolls here. I just say that you probably need to roll to get past that because there's some risk involved. And it's the player's call to decide what action they're using, and then mine to kind of arbitrate what effect that would have. So you are on a little bit of shaky ground here. You're not offering really anything. So you're going to have to convince Mackie here to let you dock.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. If this goes anything like my test roll before the session, it's going to go great.
So what would you like to roll here, Jane?
I think this is going to be sway. Or what's the difference really between consort and sway here?
That's a good question. A sway is like persuade, bluff, kind of using guile or charm to get a point across, while consort is about like schmoozing, making deals, and talking to your contacts. So this could be either. It could be your consort that you're making the deal of a promise of future payment. You could just be trying to convince him with your good charm.
I think I'm going to go with sway. They're both the same. I just wanted to know the difference right there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go with sway, and I need to get...
you just roll your dice, and we'll see what your success rating is. Your highest die number.
Oh, that is... Sorry. I rolled a 3 and a 6.
That's a 6. That's a full success.
Yeah!
So this was a standard roll, is a risky position and standard effect, which means there might be a consequence if you fail. Won't be too bad, but you'll also get what you want if you succeed, and that's a full success. So Mackie, you can see Mackie is kind of like in the Harbor Master's like little office sort of. It's not a big port because Godsbeen is abandoned. Like no one really lives here permanently. Mackie just kind of caters to scavengers and people like you who come here. But you can see in the background, like the docks are mostly empty and there's not a lot of people hanging around. So it's a calm day. And Mackie says, "All right, but you owe me." And Pappy brings the scarab down into port, clamps down on the docking clamps as you rocket down out of the atmosphere. Whole ship settles in place with a sort of uncharacteristic groaning. You figure maybe Mackie has skimped on the maintenance of these recently. And you guys hire some kind of sand skiff to take you out into the desert where you are heading, some kind of hover shuttle. Now, normally we would roll engagement here, but as this is our first official score, we are just going to skip over that and bring you to the job.
Nice.
So, the five of you have this diamond key. You've got this sand skiff. Presumably Pappy is piloting the skiff as well. Taking you out into the desert, far away from this port. And as you go, you're seeing these huge chasms open up in the ground, volcanoes in the distance, firing off clouds of smoke and debris. And, the rolling dunes shifting and quivering and collapsing in on themselves. And eventually you get to the location your fixer designated, this old abandoned temple. It is kind of half jutting out of the sand, this squared off trapezoidal stone shape made of this yellow gold brick that stands. There's maybe 30 or 40 feet of it sticking out of the sand, but you can tell there's another 50 to 100 feet of it that has been buried deep beneath. And you guys sort of, peer around for entrance. You find cracks in the walls, sort of an opening that hasn't quite caved in on itself. Descend into the depths here. And I want to know, as you're proceeding through this temple, what's the party vibe? Is anyone kind of scared about this spooky abandoned temple? Are you all just kind of pacing through it, not worried about what may be down here? How's everyone doing?
I'm psyched because it's gold. I'm scared because it's dark.
Jane's feeling pretty good about it. She's pretty confident that this job is finally going to pay out after what I imagine is like a series of jobs that did not pay out.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks on the scarab.
Yeah, I don't think Taloo is she's not confident because not super confident. She's confident that everything will be okay, almost in a whatever kind of thing. But overall, she's just cool.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
All right.
Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna stay by the skiff here.
Melvin doesn't have the heartbeat to be elevated right now, so he's feeling good. Feeling pretty all right.
Pappy, take my hand.
That's all right, Chaag. I'm just gonna stay out here and not go into the creepy cave.
I'll take your leg then. And I grab. Hold up! What? I grab Pappy's leg. I dangle him for a little bit. It's a fun game we play.
Chaag, this isn't fun. I know you think it's fun, but it's not. I'm having a real
And
bad
then I put
time.
him on my back, and he can ride on my back.
Wonderful. You'll drag down. You're seeing it's it's obviously dark in here, but you guys have space flashlights, probably some kind of glowing orb that floats behind you and emits light by itself.
No, we all just have mag lights.
Everyone's got glow sticks. Chaag cracks his arm and it glows like a glow stick.
Oh, my fucking arm.
Stop doing that.
I told you gotta do stretches, Chaag.
Melvin maybe has headlights as well. And you guys descend into the depths of this temple. You're seeing these old murals on the walls, lit up, kind of depicting these ancient scenes of battle and exploration and conquest. You see, old wooden ships sailing across the ocean that once was on Godsbeen that has now completely dried up.
Because God's gone.
God's gone. Figures
God's been
in
there,
armor.
done that.
God's been there, done that. Figures in armor duking it out, planting flags. Some kind of what looks like a mystic unleashing some huge energy blast. And speaking of mystics, Taloo, as you guys get deeper and deeper into this temple, you start to hear whispers in your ears.
What
now,
do they say?
Normally this kind of thing might be super duper sinister, but as you kind of make out what they're saying, they don't actually sound all that mean or menacing. They just kind of saying welcome. Keep going. We have slumbered.
So I totally okay, hold on. And get everyone to stop. Like, I'm hearing whispers.
Don't you always hear whispers though? Isn't that kind of like your whole thing?
Is this a new symptom?
Haha.
Yeah, no, it means there's ghosts, so we should go.
No, not necessarily. But they're saying welcome, and honestly, that's creeping me out.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I mean, if they're saying welcome, then they're welcoming us in. Thanks, ghosts.
To die?
No.
To join
don't
them
know if we're
in
gonna
the afterlife?
I mean, Pappy, I don't think it's that bad, but
Maybe they've got meats and cheeses. I don't know.
I love the range of reactions here.
Just everybody keep calm and everybody keep your eyes peeled for some weird ghosts that may or may not be there, Pappy.
well, I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying, eyes up.
Do you think they have whores to whores?
What?
Do they have what?
You know, like cheeses and meats that,
I believe what Chaag means to say is
yeah.
hors d'oeuvre.
Oh, hors d'oeuvres.
Why do you always want hors d'oeuvres? They're ghosts, not caterers.
I don't know, maybe.
Let me ask. You guys got any hors d'oeuvres?
You get treated to hors d'oeuvres by one group, and you always want hors d'oeuvres.
I like the night train because of the snacks.
Oh my goodness. We're in a scary cave. This is not a train right now.
It's a gold cave.
Jane takes a huge swig from a flask in her jacket and just keeps walking one hand
I make a big wafting paw move to try and get some of that, and I would just miss.
I reach down from Chag's shoulder and hold out a bag, and I'm like, here, buddy, I got some packing peanuts.
I like the fluff.
I mean, I packed some peanuts. Damn.
Either way, I'd be good.
I'm so scared.
I like the crunch.
So am I getting any updates on the hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah, if you,
Yeah.
they say, our plates are empty.
That's gonna be a no on the hors d'oeuvres.
You actually got to respond. No, let's just keep going.
Crunch. It's okay.
Yeah.
I've got peanuts.
Let's keep walking.
I'm gonna keep shoveling trail mix and packing supplies into my mouth.
Melvin, your mental sort of robotic connection to the ship also, as you're going farther down, you feel sort of this kind of static presence as the huge layers of stone are beginning to interfere with your signal strength. Nothing doesn't affect your ability, your capabilities at all, but you're just sort of realizing that you're really going a lot deeper underground than you might have thought. Eventually, you guys end up in this huge chamber. You're kind of at a slight slant, as you have been the whole way down. So you're technically looking down at a slight angle at this huge, long entrance hall, maybe 40 foot tall, 80 feet long, with, again, more murals on the side. And at the far end is a curved wall with a dais, a raised dais, stone dais in front of it. And on the wall, there is this 5-part relief carved into it. Now, the murals you've been passing are pretty well detailed, but this is truly a masterpiece of art. You see that there are 5 figures on this curved relief here. They're sort of indistinct. You can see that part of it has sort of rubbed off over time, but you see this tall, imposing, sort of square-shouldered figure, a younger, sort of small, waif-like figure, 2 more adults that kind of exist in the between space between those 2 characters. Mm-hmm. And in the very center, there is this humanoid with almost no defining features. And almost every time you blink or look at it from a new angle, the image in the middle seems to change. And there are all these swirling runes and vines kind of carved in as well, wrapping around the figure's feet and hands, connecting them all together, binding them as one. And this figure in the center is holding up a hand up above them, which they all seem to be kind of striving for, this glowing, it's not glowing on the relief, but it has lines made to look like it should be glowing. This glowing circle, essentially, just a simple circle with geometric designs on it that seems to be illuminating all 5 of these figures. Mm-hmm. And As you approach this relief and this dais down the hall, fires in alcoves in the wall, all down the hall, illuminating the room for you.
That's
Very
nice.
cool. Jaina exclaims, "Oh, look, a gecko! Change up!"
Is the figure that's pictured in the middle that has indistinguishable features, are they dismembered? Is that what you're saying with the vines of text that surround them?
No. They're not dismembered. There are like kind of swirling, carved into it are these what look like swirling spirals of smoke, vine, maybe just like magical energy that are just idly wrapping around all 5 of the figures and binding them together.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then.
The vape god.
Not tearing them apart, just sort of connecting them.
Okay, cool.
Like thread. You guys approach the dais here in the middle, and these figures are maybe 20 feet tall on each relief and they all kind of seem to be looking down at you. What do you do?
Oh,
Wait, how did they do that?
anybody getting like a real unsettled feeling right now?
I've been saying that since we first stepped
I've
foot
been
here.
saying that since we got into this galaxy.
I think this is a Banksy.
Space Banksy?
Look how they've captured the eyes. And they look like
We like to call him
they
Spanksy.
look like they follow you.
I actually would like to reach out to whatever I was communicating with before.
Mm-hmm.
Probably by the same method, although I'd probably keep it internal this time and just ask, what's going on here? What is this?
So down here in this room, you can feel that the energies of the eye are much stronger and much more kind of like they're reflecting off of the walls here and rebounding onto you. So if you want to try and communicate directly, you're going to need to make some kind of roll.
That's a good. So, being very new to this system, what exactly would I roll? Would I just straight up roll the eye? I don't know.
I
I mean, technically, that's not what it does, but as a
Yeah,
starting
just eyeball it.
just eyeball it. One of your actions here is attune. That's kind of your general all-purpose
Attune?
action for communing with the eye. You might also convince me to roll sway or consort, depending on what exactly you want to say. But if you're just trying to sort of breach through that noise, attune will probably be your best bet.
I think attune is my strongest ability. So,
So you're going to roll 2 dice,
okay.
and then you may you may push yourself for 2 stress to get an extra die. You may also spend a gambit out of the crew pool to get an extra die if you want.
That gets you thinking. It's a small pool on the ship, just like a hot tub sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I'll try for 2.
More like a kiddie pool. It's nice.
Yeah.
This works. Okay, that's not bad. I got a 5 and a 2.
That's not bad at all. That is a mixed success.
Perfect.
So you push through the noise here. You kind of cut through the resounding reverberations in your head, and you hear in response these voices say, "Take the key to the stars. Open. And as a consequence of that 5, you also sort of who's carrying the diamond necklace here?
I think
Chaag.
we establish
Chaag?
Chaag, yeah.
Jag.
Yeah, I got
As a consequence, rather than harm or anything like that, here you just kind of like, without meaning to, you feel a tug on your body, and you like reach out and snap toward Chaag to grab the diamond necklace out of his hand.
Oh,
Ooh.
wild.
Chaag, do you let that happen?
Hey, buddy, do you want to hold hands?
Oh yeah, she would probably, if that happened, like look very confused and very uncomfortable, and like pull away, be like, we need that necklace. We gotta put it on the. I'm sorry, what was it? The star?
The voices said, "Take the key
To the
to the stars.
to the stars.
Open."
Gotcha. I think we gotta put the key up top. Up
Those
there.
voices tell you to do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why are we trusting ghosts?
I mean, it's the thing we got to work on right now, and we've done weirder. I say put it up there. Chag, you're tall enough.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. And I'll just reach up and put it in.
You got to kind of clamber up on the dais to get there because it is a good 20 feet up in the air.
Pappy, can you give me a push?
Jane does her best to give Chag a boost.
I'll also assist.
I'll take
Yeah,
a
it takes
couple harms
all
as well.
4 of you to push Chag up onto the
For
dais.
some reason, we lift Chag up there.
Jack could lift me up with one hand.
Yep. You hold up the necklace to this little shining star, and as you do, there is this rumbling noise, and the relief cuts down, opens in the middle, and grumbles open, and you see beyond there is this void-like space with what looks to be a glowing star in the middle of it, shining. Not bright enough to hurt your eyes, but it is quite a bright light.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I did it right. Should I try again?
No, I think you did good. Thanks, Chaag.
Can I come down now?
Yes.
Thunk, thud back down on the ground, cracking some of the stone tiles under your weight. As you guys are, as this door opens, you guys are collecting. Pappy, you get a chirp on your communicator that is also linked to the ship. Incoming message.
I grab the communicator and open it up. Yeah, what? Hello?
You hear this kind of static on the other end pushing through. Your ship comms are not that great. They don't quite cut this low. Then you hear this kind of stern, stark voice on the other end that says,
Scarab, prepare. You are come out with your... immediately.
Oh, shit, boys. The cops are here. You're breaking up. I can't. We're going through a tunnel. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Yeah, that's good.
Jane,
guys, I think the cops are here.
Jane leans over to Pappy, like, you shut the compartment, right? It gives you like a little eyebrow raise. The one with
yeah.
You remembered? They're not gonna find
the one with the space drugs.
I wasn't the one in charge of that, but I'm sure it got done.
Melvin, we don't call them drugs. We call them recreational fun times.
Understood. Recreational fun times saved to database.
I like the recreational fun rocks.
As you guys are kind of debating what to do about that, the star ahead of you seems to be calling out to you, Taloo. And with no particular voice either. You just kind of hear this gentle sing-song melody calling you forward.
Yeah, I think I'm with people I trust, so I would listen to it. Mm-hmm. And I think I would just be, while that's all happening, walking towards it or going over there.
I love that scene. We're all just like arguing and like talking off to the side and then just Taloo. Like, it's so classic.
And you approach. I only have one question to ask here. Do you touch it or does someone else touch it first?
I would, in slow motion, be reaching to it, so with whatever suspense, if anyone wants to reach in, I've grabbed it.
Nah, I would just look on and be like, Taloo.
As all four of you just like your heads slowly turn and see Taloo about to touch the thing.
if you stop me, like, yes, what?
Taloo, I do not recommend touching such a burning object. Please allow me.
Melvin approaches.
What you doing there?
Would you like me to grab it?
Yeah, sure. That looks hot.
Wait. Why are we touching this thing?
It's shiny.
Well, I assume we need this.
I think we need that.
Well, I mean,
shiny.
I guess.
If anybody's gonna do it.
And Melvin will touch it.
Okay. Melvin, you reach out. Are you gonna just touch it, or are you gonna try and grab it? What's your goal here?
Attempt picking it up.
Okay. So you go forward. It is hovering at about head level, and it is the size of a beach ball. And even as you get close to it, you cannot make out what exactly it is because of this burning light. It's so bright, it erases any details. You're kind of having to cover your eyes, other than Melvin, whose robotic sensors automatically adjust for the light level. And you reach out and seems to be able to carry it. It feels kind of stone-like. It's decently heavy, but not unliftable. And as you pull it down out of where it was hovering, the light fades, and you see it is this huge beach ball-sized gray icosahedron, which is to say a 20-sided object.
Oh, wild.
Put that back. We can only use D6s.
I've never seen an object with so many sides.
Everything in this universe is a cube.
What's next, 22?
Yeah, the camera pans to us. We're a bunch of Minecraft players.
Seeing that it's not like dangerous, can I like rest a hand on it?
Yeah, it feels warm to the touch.
Oh,
It's got a kind of stony texture, as I said.
we got it. Let's go.
Yep, great. We got it.
appears to be
Let's
Yeah, we
do
got a
that.
ship to save, I think.
While we're walking back, I'm just like poking at it. Whoever's carrying it, just be like, "Do you think it talks?"
Well, Taloo spoke to spirits earlier.
No, it's not gonna talk. It's like a rock.
You're being really insensitive,
what the
Jane.
What are you talking about?
To
Oh,
attempt speaking with it.
I'm sorry, Chaag. You're right. I guess all those HR meetings just haven't stuck quite yet. Then we'll do another course.
I didn't even register that. That's so funny.
I guess it's strange.
It would help, Jane, if you showed up to him.
The
Jay just takes a
sing-song-
drink and walks a little bit faster.
The psychic sing-song also fades as the light does, Taloo. As you guys make your way out of this chamber, the fires in the corner out each as you pass each one of them. And then once you get to the end and you're about to go up the stairs to the next level and sort of trace your path back out, there is this deep beneath you. And a little rain of debris and dust falls on Chaag's
Oh,
head.
it's trapped.
Oh, understandable.
Oh, why did we Indiana Jones it?
I recommend expedition.
Yeah, let's all run and we start.
guys start
sprinting
sprinting
back up,
trying to
sprinting
make
back
your way
up,
up.
Yeah.
This is a good time for a group action.
Yeah.
So this isn't a particularly labyrinthine temple. It is sort of a, it's got its turns to do, but you basically found a pretty straightforward way down to the bottom level here, or at least what you think was the bottom level. So instead, we're just gonna have to see if you guys can get out quickly without getting hit by anything falling, as the temple does indeed start to crumble and collapse around you. Streams of sand pouring in from breaches in the walls, and you're gonna have to avoid getting buried here. Now, the way group actions work in Scum and Villainy is that you guys are going to pick, like usual, pick what action you want to use here. The way this is going to work is everyone is going to roll that action. The highest roll among any of you will be the success, will be what we take for the result, rather. And one person is also going to be leading the action, and that person will take stress for every failure. So success is probably guaranteed as long as at least one person rolls well. But one other person, or maybe that person, is going to take stress for everyone who fails. So first of all, who's going to lead your charge out of here?
I think Jane said run, so I think Jane will lead it.
Jane's in the lead, all right. And
I have a question.
yeah, answer.
So my starting ability, Ace Pilot, says that I have potency on all speed-related rolls. This sounds like a speed-related roll.
Oh, come on, allow that.
I mean, there is intentional ambiguity in the way this game is written. And the position and effect here, because it's a group action, is kind of a little more murky. But I'll say,
Pappy,
here's what I'll say, Casey. If Pappy leads the roll to the group action here, that will make sense to me. I don't see that making much sense, fictionally speaking, if you're in the back and kind of trying to push everyone else to move faster.
counterpoint.
Sure.
What if Pappy jumps on Melvin's back and then steers them
I was just gonna say,
like
if you
a
have some mere
spaceship?
Oh, I had something else to do for that, too.
Is that how that works?
Pappy, do you want to take the lead then? That way then you get that extra bonus.
Yep, I'm going to take the lead on this
All right.
one.
And remind me
All right, so-
again, what am I rolling?
That depends on you guys. Are we going to try and scramble our way out of here? Are we going to try and skulk through the smaller tunnels? Are you going to maybe try and, I don't know, consort with the walls to let you leave?
I rolled
That's
to
a tough one, but
seduce
you
the
could do it.
walls.
Yeah, seduce the walls.
Hey, baby, you're wide.
So I have a crazy idea.
Oh?
Okay.
I love it.
I would love to hack Melvin to make him go faster. Ride upon Melvin.
I think that's a perfectly
Either
fine
that,
thing.
or I will bring a small fine Azobot.
I think either of those are going to. You can do either of those if you want, but in general, you're going to need some action that everyone can kind of collectively of move with.
Is scramble
Oh, so
okay?
everybody has
It's
to do
pro-
the same action?
I'm
Yes,
fine with scramble.
it's probably
Oh.
scramble.
Scramble.
There are other options it could be, and I mentioned those because it's part of my GM principles, but it's probably scramble.
What if we all hack Melvin?
Voltron!
We Voltron Melvin.
Probably scramble. So
Scramble.
everyone go ahead and roll your scramble rating. And this is like any other roll, so you can also push yourself for 2 stress to get an extra die, spend a gambit for an extra die, or you can take a chaos bargain for an extra die, which will give you an additional consequence, but also a bonus die.
I am going to accept a chaos bargain here
Oh, okay.
because I have no dice.
So the chaos bargain I will offer you in this instance
Okay.
is that you guys will get you'll get the bonus die, might not get out safely, but whoever is trying to board your ship, it will already get on board by the time you get up there.
Oh,
Ooh.
no, the compartment.
Well,
You
then,
can also just fail because again, one failure is fine. It's just mean a stress for you,
Right.
as long as someone succeeds.
Right. Okay. I'm not going to take that bargain.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's-
So
Good
everyone roll
choice.
your dice and let's run around real quick and see what we got. Jane.
Jane got a 6.
All right.
Hey.
Taloo.
1.
A 1. That's a failure. Chaag.
A 3.
That's another failure. And Melvin.
6.
A 6. That's a
Yay!
success. And Pappy. So if you have no dice in the action,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying? So you roll 2 dice and take the lower.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's a 2.
A 2. So that's 3 failures. So Pappy is going to take 3 stress.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But the highest roll was a 6, which means a full success. And
Hey.
because, as established, Pappy is leading this with his ace pilot ability, you guys go really fast.
Yeah.
That moment where we did the barrel roll, that was really strange. I still don't understand it.
You just run around
Exactly.
the hallway like
Christopher Nolan
Scooby-Doo.
had this part of the corridor where he just kind of turned it.
So you guys sprint up through the twisting hallways, chunks of rock falling on your heads, dust and debris, sand spilling under you. At one point, Taloo stumbles on a rock and Chaag grabs her and lifts her up. Melvin sort of gets some sand caught in one of his actuators until Pappy just like percussive maintenance knocks it out of there. You guys all make your way to the top of the top of the temple here and manage to burst out the way you came, carrying the stone icosahedron into the sandy desert, kind of clawing your way out of those last few things, as behind you the entire stone edifice is crumbling and cracking and falling back into the desert.
I want to stack some gold.
You stay sure. You chip out a piece of brick which I described as yellow gold, mostly in color, but which has now been canonized as literal gold.
Nice,
You grab a couple crumbled bricks of gold as you're sprinting out
Cave of
to
Wonder
make
Child.
sure. Yeah, Cave of Wonder Style. Make sure you get some payout for this job.
It's a shame that gold in this universe is as common as water.
Yes. Absolute shame.
I just like the shiny.
And as you emerge, you race back to the skiff, speeding back to port to get back to your ship here. Taloo, as the temple is crumbling, you hear one last whisper that in your ear as it all kind of is sucked into the sand that says, "Go with our legacy.
Ugh. I roll my eyes.
Resonates in your hand. You guys speed back into Mackie Wells's port here, run to your ship, and you can see there is a black Corvette that has landed and is docked directly across from the Scarab. There's no alliance marking, there's no marking of any kind. You don't even see a ship name on the hull like there usually is. And as you guys kind of look around and see if you can maybe get to your ship without anyone noticing, there is this as the docking ramp extends down from the black Corvette, and out walks a humanoid figure in full head-to-toe black armor, which must be so hot in this desert, long black cape, full face helmet, and no distinguishable features or lights or anything. It looks like they've been cut out of space almost. And they are flanked by 4 similarly dressed in black, kind of like not full armor, but they do have some plating around, black guards with, again, full face masks and carrying blaster rifles. approaches, and guys are like instantly like, this is a big deal. You hear this radio, masked voice come through the helmet that says,
Crew of the Scarab, my name is Jaina Havocan. You are hereby placed under arrest.
I start firing my blaster rifle.
and that is where we will call today's session.
I love it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Damn.
I'm so excited.
Oh, man.
Boy.
All right. Thank you all for that wonderful first session of Scum and Villainy into the Whalestrom. We're wrapping up here. So does anyone have anything they would like to plug?
Plugging. Who wants to go first?
Well, guess
You.
first.
You spoke first.
Chris,
All right.
oh no, wait.
Chris, we brought him back from the dead just to plug.
Yeah, sure. Majora's Row is on Twitch and, social media and stuff, or Rachel Kordell for my personal stuff. Follow me and be my friend. Thanks.
Yay.
Whee!
Go out and check out the Blue 100, or not Blue 100s, Blue Hundreds Kickstarter. It should be out by now, I think. We're trying to get a full film going for that. You can check out the little sample bits on YouTube. Just look up Blue Hundreds by Detention Entertainment Films, and you should find it. I play a detective in it, and it would be great to get this to be a full-fledged film that I actually get paid for. So that would be awesome.
Yeah!
So go check that out.
Getting paid.
Getting paid to do
Yay.
things.
Whee!
I forgot me. I usually, I was like, I already spoke. I don't need to plug anything. I'm Jonas, Tintenseher on Twitch, YouTube, and itch.io, where I publish short RPGs and things, including last month's Let's Kill Vampire Lord Rasputin and Get Back Home in Time for Christmas, and this month's special surprise, which I hope to be finished with very soon. Check it out. Thank you.
Spicy.
You can find me, Chris Dane. Twitter, TikTok at Super Chris Kent. Or YouTube, Dane Studios.
What I know what my own YouTube is for sure.
Why are you mocking me? No, you have lost.
Somebody's known Chris as long as I have. That's very accurate. That's
Extremely.
I hope he enjoys that. If you like this podcast, why not leave a review? You listen to the whole thing. Why don't you say what you feel about it? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Put it in a review.
You can't really want a zig eye either because it's an audio podcast. So,
Oh.
I'll find a way.
We'll make it work.
but if you want to be my lover, you gotta keep watching RP Jesters. Support
There's
us.
no watching.
No, now we're
Listening.
watching because you got a zig eye. You gotta. Come on, I'm keeping with the.
No,
the
you know what? To be fair, we did establish that they are
You
watching.
can never make
this.
fun of me ever again.
That's not true.
I'm immune to criticism now. You can't stop me.
Go back to your stew. Your milk stew. Freak. Why are we still going?
Bye, everybody.